There's so much content, including mine, about how to find a spouse. But what about your single season right now? How can you find joy in your current relationship status? All that and more in today's video. Stay tuned. What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and another Single with Strategy video. If you're new to the party or simply need a refresher, I'm Rochelle Shoyola, a wife, mama, and a dating content creator where I teach women of faith how to avoid situationships and date strategically for marriage. In this video, I'll be giving you 3 reasons why you should be sure to enjoy your single season before you say I do. Alrighty guys, let's jump in. Whether friend or client, I talk to so many women that wonder why God hasn't brought their spouse yet. And while I don't think that there's anything wrong with desiring to be married, sometimes when we hyper-focus on the future, we forget about the beauty of the now. Our worth and our value, it doesn't just finally appear when we become wives. And if you're not careful, you can waste your whole single season looking towards the next season as opposed to being fruitful with where you are. So here are your 3 reasons why you should enjoy your single season. Reason number 1, there are 2 different seasons. Being single is not better than being married, and being married is not better than being single. Both are 2 different seasons with 2 different opportunities. A lot of times you talk to single women and they have this grass is greener mentality. You talk to them about their single season and they're just so pessimistic about it. Their single season is the worst thing ever, and the only thing that will change it is if they get married, if God will just bring them their spouse, right? And this is the wrong way to think, and here's why. That thinking isn't just going to stop once you get married. If you're not able to be content while you're single, you're not going to be able to be content while you're married, and it's just going to be the next thing and the next thing, and now you're going to have a husband that's going to be annoyed, right? Both seasons, no matter which season you're in, their grass depends on how you water it. So you want to make sure of that so that you're priming yourself for a heart of optimism and a heart of reconciliation once you do actually become a wife. I want to pause here and talk more about what I mean when I say contentment, right? A lot of times people make contentment feel like desiring a spouse is a bad thing. I hate hearing it, and I will never say that to you. There's nothing wrong with a desire of a spouse, right? But it's just about while you are desiring that spouse, while you are actively dating for that spouse, what is your heart's posture? What is your disposition? I don't want you to feel like you have to suppress the desire for a spouse, because that is a desire from God. And unless you're called to singleness, which most of us are not, you want a companion, and it's okay to want a companion. So when I say contentment, I am not saying to push your feelings of marriage to the side and act like they don't exist. I'm saying while you have that desire and while you're actively searching for that spouse, do you have a heart of contentment and just joy of the fact that you're alive, you're breathing, even in your single season. Another aspect to relationship statuses just being 2 different seasons is capacity. When I was single, I was able to serve whoever I wanted, do whatever I wanted, but I couldn't really give as much advice because I didn't have any experience, so naturally I didn't know anything, right? Now that I'm married, I have much more experience, so the quality of my time with someone will be much better because, I can anticipate what they're probably going through. I can, have the right word to speak to them, but I probably will do it less frequently because I have less time. And so those are kind of the differences between 2 seasons. None is better than the other, they're just different, right? When you're single, you also have no obligation. You can go on a mission trip, you can go on a girls' night out, a girls' trip to Mexico. You could do whatever at the drop of a hat, right? Things change when you get married. And when I say change, I'm not saying that you can't do those things anymore, right? They're just different in how you have to plan for them, right? And have a baby, and it gets even smaller the amount of time you have, right? And as each child you have increases, the time decreases, right? And so you want to think about all those things as well. What are you doing right now in your single season, or what are you not doing right now in your single season that you could be maximizing this great opportunity to do while you have no obligation? You want to think about those things. Singleness is not a waiting room for marriage. You have value now. Side note, ladies, in the description below, I've included my free download for my ebook, How to Change Your Love Life in 90 Days, where I give you 4 influential tips to have you stop dating casually and aimlessly and start dating strategically and purposefully. So download it today and create a love you love. Reason number 2. Your single season is a great time to work on you. A lot of times we're so focused on this imaginary man that God hasn't shown us yet, and we forget to focus on the live and real person ourselves, right? So what should we be working on? 1, I would say your relationship with God. Believe it or not, we don't just live and breathe to be wives. God sees us as individuals first, and we should always be actively working on that. Another thing you can be working on is your internal work, right? A lot of women feel like all of their issues as to why they're not married or what marriage will be like will be external, right? And then they get married and they realize, oh no, I have some flaws too. Or I need to work on how I deal with my husband's flaws, right? And so you want to be working on that now, so you get a head start, so you're not smacked in the face with marriage and just what it can come with. Marriage is amazing. It can be a sleepover with your best friend, and it is. But it's also work. It's also 2 flawed individuals trying to do life together. And if you're not working on yourself, working on what you contribute to that flaw or how you receive the flaws of others, you're gonna have a hard time, especially in your first year. So this is a great season to work on you. Please do that. Now, before we go any further, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you love about being single? Drop down in the comments below and let me know. And reason number 3. You should know by now that God's timing does not speed up for nobody. Not enjoying your single season does not make your husband come any faster, sis. In fact, it makes the time seem longer. Your husband is not going anywhere. No need to rush, girl. So maybe you watch this video and you're like, okay, Ro, I hear you. Thank you for the pep talk. Thank you for the boss up. I'm gonna enjoy my single season. There's so many things I could be doing to maximize this time in my life, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what those things should be. I've got you covered. In my Single with Strategy course, I go over this in extreme detail about date preparation and the daily deposits that we should be making in ourselves as single women. You're gonna walk out of this course knowing what a man should be to date you. You're gonna walk out of this course knowing what you should be. You're gonna walk out of this course knowing everything you need to know about dating and being single with strategy. If you're interested in that course, I'll drop the link in my description below so you can check it out. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I invite you to like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a beat when a new video drops. Also, follow me on Instagram at Single with Strategy, and feel free to share this video with a friend. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you in the next one.